Welcome back to Crypto Tutorial. On today's live stream, I'm going to talk about not just XRP, but I would like to discuss many other type of cryptocurrencies as well. So thank you very much for watching right now. I highly appreciate it, and I hope you are enjoying the live stream too. So please, all people, do not forget that if you are watching the live stream right now, you are able to ask all the questions you want right away, and that won't be a problem at all because I will try to answer all of those immediately. So thank you very much for watching already, and let's get started. I am glad you already joined, Akila Arosha, and let's talk about XRP right now. So XRP right now, personally, I'm very pumped. We have seen this major pattern play itself out. You can clearly see that we broke outside of this symmetrical triangle. We saw a major increase afterwards, and we were trading inside of this parallel channel, if you ask me. Unfortunately, we broke towards the downside, but what I think is of utmost importance is that we are holding very strong on top of this level that I would like to discuss in just a couple of minutes. We are right now just looking at the immediate short term, and therefore I would like to disable the previous Fibonacci, and I would like to enable a new Fibonacci retracement from its current uptrend. You can clearly see that the uptrend started at this point in time on the 29th of September, all the way towards this high on the 3rd of October. So if we take a look, we are right now trading underneath, unfortunately, we are trading underneath the 0.236 Fibonacci level, and that is for me of utmost importance due to the fact that you can clearly see that this will be a level of resistance above us. What I think is very important right now is for sure to be able to break out above this level, due to the fact that if we are breaking above this horizontal level of resistance, we will see an increase afterwards. So right now I am personally waiting for this to occur, and I would like to ask for all the persons who are watching. I can see someone in the live stream is currently placing a lot of comments. I would highly appreciate if you could please not place that much comments, just for the overall structure, so I could answer the questions of everyone in the live stream. So clearly this is the level of resistance above us that I'm watching currently. Of course, this is the 1 hourly time frame compared to the US dollar, so therefore I must admit that you have to be very careful. And what I think is very likely actually is due to the fact that we broke outside of this parallel channel, that we are very likely going to see a retest of this area and head even further towards the downside before being able to head further towards the upside. This being said, the $1.01 level is for sure the level that I am going to be monitoring very closely, and I must admit that all of us must do this due to the fact that we saw clearly and we got supported by this level before. After we saw this major increase, we got supported at this point in time already 2 times, and if we are heading towards this direction, we will for sure find support on top of it once more. So that is very important to me, and you can clearly see as well that I already enabled the RSI, and let's discuss the RSI right away. So the RSI right now, it's currently looking actually very good to me, if you ask me. You can clearly see that we are seeing this downward sloping resistance. For sure we have to break out above it, but right now I think this is currently looking very good. What I rather like to discuss right now on the live stream is to see if we are spotting any type of bullish or bearish divergences. And you can clearly see that we are creating a lower low on the chart, and we are as well creating a lower low on the RSI. So we are not spotting a bullish divergence, and a bearish divergence is not there either. We are not seeing a higher high, lower high getting created. So therefore the RSI is looking good on the 1 hourly time frame. And what I want to discuss is that if we are heading towards the $1.01 direction, that you can clearly see we will be heading as well towards the lower part on the RSI, and that could perhaps mean that we are going to start seeing a a trend reversal getting created on the RSI, and as well the price action of XRP increase afterwards. So I think that would be very healthy for the overall market. As well, if we take a look at the MACD on the 1 hourly time frame right now, you can clearly see that we are getting exhausted. This gives me a lot of confidence that we are going to see XRP once again head towards the upside. We are going to see an increase in XRP's price action, if you ask me, and I am just waiting for this to occur. So there are two scenarios right now. If we break out above the 0.236 Fibonacci, or as some people might say it's the $1.04. If we break out above this level, I will be entering a long trade position, because I think we will be very likely going to see an increase during this upcoming week, and that we are going to continue the movement towards the upside. But as well, if we head further towards the downside, I will be entering my trade at $1.01, and for sure this is actually the target area that I am waiting for. I would like to accumulate more XRP by placing a long position on $1.01, but right now I am waiting for the market to show us where it's heading towards. As well, if we take a look at the 2 hourly time frame, you can clearly see that the MACD has a little bit more downward momentum. Therefore, I think it is very likely that we are going to continue with the decrease in its price action on the XRP chart. And as well, if you head towards the 3 hourly time frame, you can clearly see that the crossover just occurred a couple of hours ago, and that we are still clearly experiencing downward momentum. As well, on the 4 hourly time frame, the crossover occurred just several moments ago, or well, hours, but therefore I must admit that we will see a continuation of this downward momentum. What I think is of utmost importance is that if we are heading towards the $1.01 level, I will be accumulating more XRP. But this being said, if we are breaking out below the 0.382 Fibonacci, I will for sure continue accumulating more XRP on the 0.5 Fibonacci, and I think that is actually the zone where we have to stay on top of if we would like to see a continuation of this overall trend, due to the fact that this is actually the exact breakout measurement of this parallel channel on the 1 hourly time frame. It doesn't count right now on the 4 hourly time frame, but for sure what I must admit is that we have to stay on top of the 0.5 or the 98 cent level. As well, on the daily time frame, you can clearly see we experience momentum towards the upside. We are still experiencing this crossover, and I think this crossover won't actually, this crossover will for sure continue. We won't experience a crossover anytime soon once more. I personally think that we are heading towards a upward direction. We are seeing an increase in XRP's price action, and what I would like to discuss is actually not just the daily time frame, but I would like to discuss a lot of things on the daily time frame that I actually say are very important right now. So on the daily time frame, I would like to discuss as well the moving averages and the EMA ribbon. The moving average that I just enabled is the 200-day moving average, and I've talked about this previously as well, but you can clearly see that once we broke out above the 200-day moving average in the past, we saw for sure a major increase occur. We saw this major spike towards the upside, and I am right now confident, very confident actually, that we might see a retest of this 200-day moving average, but afterwards we are heading towards the upward direction. And you can clearly see that if we are going to retest the 200-day moving average on the daily time frame, that we will be heading towards this area at this point in time, and that is approximately around the $98 or $97 level. And therefore I think if we see a retest of the 200-day moving average, it is very likely that afterwards we are going to see a major increase in its price action. So you are right now asking me, SR90 coaching, any ideas on how to open a swing position on XRP and levels? Well, yes, for sure. Right now, I'm personally still inside of a trade towards the upside. I had the opportunity to enter XRP at $96. $86 level on the XRP chart. That for sure was something I must admit was very good. I opened my position, my long trade position at this point in time, but for right now on the immediate short term, I would like to take a look at what we could perhaps be seeing. But before taking a look at the long trade at the swing position on XRP, I will actually like to discuss this 200-day moving average and why I'm so confident we are going to see a major increase due to the fact that we are still experiencing on the 4-hourly time frame major resistance by the 200-day moving average. You can clearly see we dropped down below it. We weren't able to get above the 200-day moving average. We have been underneath the 200-day moving average for a while now, and if we break out above the 200-day moving average, above the $1.07 level, we will for sure see a major increase. Why am I saying this? Due to the fact that this happened in the past as well, and you could clearly see once we broke out above the 200-day moving average, we saw a major increase afterwards. So the 200-day moving average is something right now that I'm closely paying attention to, and you should do that as well. So let's discuss a swing trade for SR90 that is watching this live stream right now, and what I would like to do on the immediate short term. So you can clearly see, if we take a look at the immediate short term, I would like to draw this on the 30-minute time frame. And why I would like to do this is because then I could choose this as an anchor point. Oh no, I'm sorry. I have to choose this part over here. Actually, like this. And you can clearly see, I'm sorry guys. No, I did draw this on the 1-hourly time frame. I'm very sorry for the inconvenience. Right, yes, here it is. I will draw my trend line. You can clearly see that the trend line was placed like this in the past. You could see that we experienced multiple touch points on this ascending support. We were supported by it several times before breaking out underneath it. And right now, what I would personally do for a swing trade is what I would like to discuss right away. So I will be placing my Fibonacci first by selecting its swing low towards swing high, and I would like to discuss the levels where we are currently at. So for a swing trade position, I would like to actually enter my short at $1.04. If we are not able to break out above it, I would like to enter a short over here, heading towards the $1.04, or perhaps even breaking out below it, heading towards the $98 level. That is as well a retest of the 200-day moving average on the 4-hourly time frame. That will for sure be something that is very likely to occur. At this point in time, I would like to actually take profits of my short trade and head and re-enter a long trade position towards the upside, due to the fact that I think this is the most probable scenario for the upcoming days, perhaps creating a W structure or even seeing a V-shaped recovery after we retest the 200-day moving average. You can clearly see as well that the 200-day moving average on the 1-hourly time frame is heading towards this direction. So therefore, I think it is very likely that this is the best swing trade scenario right now on XRP, but I would like to open my short actually at approximately $1.04, due to the fact that I would like to gain as much profits all the way towards the downside and not enter my trade halfway towards the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement. I hope I answered your question on the XRP swing trade SR90. So thank you very much for watching as well. Saul Isai, thank you very much for watching. Ilsa Epping as well, thank you for joining the live stream. So I would like to head once more towards the daily time frame, where I would like to discuss not just the 200-day moving average, but as well the EMA ribbon. The EMA ribbon is looking actually rather good to me. We are finding support on top of it, and right now what I think is very important is that if we head towards the 200-day moving average, that will for sure be very healthy for the overall trend. But what I must admit is that it is actually quite possible that we are going to find support on top of the daily EMA ribbon, because the daily EMA ribbon is something you have to consider as a major level of support and resistance. Right now, we are able to find support on top of the daily EMA ribbon. As you can clearly see, you could see that the candle of, let's take a look. This is Saturday's candle, actually head towards the downside, saw a retest on the $1.01 level, and afterwards we saw an increase, and we are right now closing all three bodies of the candles on top of the EMA ribbon. So it's just a matter of time before we are going to see a crossover by the longs taking over the shorts and seeing a major increase afterwards. So and Melvin Koopmans, thank you very much for joining the live stream. Thoughts on Cardano when you're done talking about XRP? Yes, for sure. I would like to talk about Cardano right away after I will discuss what the price target is going to be for XRP for 2021 Q4. So this being said, before actually talking about the price target of XRP for this upcoming year, I would actually like to discuss this tweet of Plan B about the Bitcoin stock to flow cross asset. Why I would like to discuss this is because you can clearly see that we have been performing not very heavily. We haven't seen the red dots that are actually showing us that it is very likely that we are going to see a reversal getting occurred. And what Plan B actually tweeted is that he is expecting that the bull run won't end in December, but it perhaps could take 5 months from now on until we are going to reach new all-time highs, and that we will for sure see a 100k Bitcoin. And that is something I think is absolutely amazing and something you have to keep in mind right now when you're trading, due to the fact that as I told you before, I already opened a trade on XRP at approximately 86 cents with a very low leverage, and I will be holding on to it all the way towards we find a new all-time high, because I think that is just a trade that I do not want to miss out on, and I'm very happy I actually were able to catch that trade. So if we take a look at the overall trend on XRP, and for example, what I would like to actually discuss is this is March 2021, and this is January 2021. So at this point in time here, this is January the 1st. So if we take a look at just this year, you can clearly see that in January 2021, on January 2021, we were trading underneath the 200-day moving average. That is this point in time over here. So this is January. Afterwards, we were able to see a W structure getting created, and we saw a breakout above the 200-day moving average on the daily time frame. We clearly experienced a moment of accumulation. We were trading towards the upside, yes, but we weren't seeing a parabolic increase as we saw during this month on the 4th of April. But right now, I think this scenario, what we are experiencing right now at this point in time, is what we are going to experience during the upcoming month. During the month October, I think it is very likely that we are going to see a breakout occur above the 200-day moving average, consolidation for a while in between certain levels that I would like to discuss shortly, and afterwards seeing a parabolic increase. As well, if we take a look at the MACD during the last year, you could clearly see that we experienced a crossover at this point in time on the 18th of March. Afterwards, we saw this major increase of approximately, let's take a look, 361%, and we just went apish towards the upside. What I think is very important is that this scenario is something I personally think will play itself out once more, because we clearly are seeing quite the same pattern playing itself out. Why is this actually something I would like to talk about is due to the fact that you could clearly see this. During the past months in 2020, you could clearly see we experienced a major movement towards the upside in October, November. Afterwards, we broke out below the 200-day moving average. We stayed underneath it for a while. We broke out above it. We accumulated in between these levels, and afterwards we went parabolically towards the upside. If we compare this to the scenario we are seeing at this point in time, you could compare actually this very first breakout towards the upside with this breakout over here. And let's say we are right now going to see this accumulation taking place on the XRP chart during the upcoming month. If this takes place, we are going to see an accumulation of approximately, let's say, 100% approximately. So from now on, we are going to experience a 100% move on XRP as an accumulation. So not a major movement towards the upside, but just trading in between these two levels. So perhaps we are going to experience major movement towards the upside. Perhaps we are not going to experience such major movement, but 100% for me seems a little bit odd. But perhaps due to the fact that we are seeing major increases as well on Bitcoin, that is something very likely. But 100% would be trading in between the $2.10 and in between the $1.02. So in between the $2.10 and in between $2.10 and $1.03. That is what could perhaps be the month of October. Right now, I must admit, this seems as a target that is very unlikely to occur, but trading in between these two horizontal lines is perhaps what we are going to experience during the month October. After this, what I would like to talk about is that we could clearly see in the past that actually this level over here, the previous high, was as well the high at this point in time. So let's take a measurement a little bit more realistic, if you ask me, and that is actually that we are going to trade this upcoming month on top of this previous high, and that would be trading inside of the $1.03 and the $1.38 during the upcoming month, and afterwards experience a parabolic growth of 300%. So let's take a look at where that 300% will be heading us towards. If we experience a 361% increase from this point on, we would be heading way further. I'm very sorry, you have to really make the chart a lot smaller to be able to measure this, and you can see that the 361% move would mean that we are going to see XRP reach the $6.44 by the end of 2021, and that is for sure my target level from now on. And as well, I would like to place a horizontal line over here in green to see if we are going to reach this target by the end of this year, what I think is very likely to occur. So thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed my theory about XRP and why I think it's very likely that we are going to see this pattern play itself out once more on the 200-day moving average and as well the MACD. So I hope you agreed as well. I see there are lots of requests of Melvin Koopmans and also Rizwan, but I would like to discuss shortly Cardano before heading even further. For the ones who are right now not yet subscribed to this channel, do not forget to subscribe to the channel down below. And also, if you're liking the live stream so far, do not forget to give me a thumbs up, because if you give me a thumbs up right away, you will not only be supporting me, but you will be supporting cryptocurrencies in general. So if we take a look at Cardano on the 4-hourly time frame, you can clearly see that we were able to break out above this descending resistance. We had multiple touch points. We were rejected by this descending resistance several times, and right now we did actually the most amazing thing possible. We actually were able to break out above it, found support on top of it, and right now we are trading in between the 0.382 and the 0.5 Fibonacci. So of course this is absolutely amazing, and where I'm personally waiting for on the Cardano chart is to break out as well on top above the 200-day moving average, above the 0.382 at $2.30, because afterwards we are going to experience a major move towards the upside for sure on Cardano. Why I personally think so is due to the fact that I am very bullish on Cardano overall, and I think Cardano will be actually showing us great returns during the upcoming months. As well, I would like to discuss on the 4-hourly time frame a pattern that might play itself out on the Cardano chart compared to the US dollar. You can clearly see we have already made 2 touch points on this, three touch points on this descending resistance, and as well we have seen 2 touch points on this ascending support line. So this triangle right now, this symmetrical triangle, is actually something I will be monitoring very closely, due to the fact that if we stay in between these two, if we see a retest once more of the 0.5 level at approximately $2, I will be entering a long trade position. You can actually wait for the confirmation of a breakout either towards the up or towards the downside, but I am actually entering my trade, a long trade position, at the $2.06 level on Cardano, due to the fact that I am personally very bullish on Cardano, and I think Cardano will for sure find support on top of this level, head further towards the upside afterwards, and break out outside of this symmetrical triangle. If we see a breakout occur, we will for sure have to take a few things into consideration. If we see a breakdown occur, that is something I would like to discuss. Firstly, is very important to me, due to the fact that if we see a breakdown occur underneath this ascending level of support, we personally will be heading towards the $1.59, and I think that is absolutely outrageous, and that won't be happening. Why I think this is not a realistic target is due to the fact that this orange box served as a major level of support and resistance in the past, as you can clearly see. And as well, I think that we will perhaps, if we are seeing a breakdown, head towards the 0.618 Fibonacci at this point in time, finding support on top of the orange box, but not breaking further down below. That would be absolutely bad for the overall uptrend on Cardano, and I think that is absolutely not going to occur. I'm actually quite bullish on Cardano, and I think personally that we are going to experience movement towards the upside. What could perhaps happen right now, as I told you previously, is that we are going to see a retest of this ascending support, perhaps as well a retest of this downward sloping resistance, and afterwards breaking out above it, finding support on top of it, and seeing a major increase. So where is this increase heading towards? Let's say it will occur on the 11th of October. If this happens on the 11th of October, we are heading towards the $2.61 level, and that is for sure a move that you do not want to miss out on, and that would be at approximately 23% move from now on. But most importantly, we will be at that point in time not just only heading towards the 0.236 Fibonacci level, but we will also be breaking out above the 200-day moving average, an indicator that is of utmost importance for the overall trend, due to the fact that you could clearly see in the past, once we broke out below it and we were able to get on top of it, we saw exponential growth afterwards, and that is for sure something I am very bullish on that will occur once more. And this being said, I would like to enable just the RSI at the MACD on the 4-hourly time frame to give you my personal opinion on what could occur during the upcoming hours. If we take a look at Cardano, you can clearly see that we are still experiencing momentum towards the downside. I personally think that it is very likely that we are going to see a retest of the 0.5 at $2.06 before being able to find support on top of it and head further towards the upside, perhaps seeing a retest occur of this downward sloping resistance. Also, you can clearly see on the 1-hourly time frame we are losing momentum, but perhaps it won't be holding strong on top of this level. Therefore, we are going to experience a further decline in Cardano's price action. As well, I would like to head towards the RSI. If we take a look at the RSI on the 4-hourly time frame, you can see that we are not spotting any type of bullish or bearish divergences. Well, we were spotting one clearly just a couple of hours ago, or well, let's see. Yes, this was on the 25th of September. You could see that we were experiencing higher low on the RSI and a lower low on the chart, but that is actually something that you can clearly see is playing itself out right now. We are seeing a decline in Cardano strength, and therefore I think this is not a confirmed, or this bearish divergence won't have a lot of influence anymore. This being said, I think that we are still looking to a very healthy RSI due to the fact that we are still inside of this uptrend. You can clearly see that on Cardano, and for sure I am very bullish that we are going to find support on top of the 0.5 Fibonacci level at $2.06, and that it's, for me personally, it will be a great entry point for a long trade position. Let's take a look at the requests on the comment section. Let's take a look. What are we seeing? We are seeing as well, Dogecoin is dead. Yes, sir, well, I do agree, and I must say that I have never been a fan of Dogecoin, and I do not understand why Dogecoin is such a good cryptocurrency. I don't think it has a lot of fundamental value, but that is my personal opinion, of course. SR90, will you hold your swing long to $6? Well, I would like to answer that question of SR90. I won't be holding my position all the way towards $6. I will for sure hold my position towards the $4 level. That is a level that I think we absolutely will be heading towards. At that point in time, I will take profits, and I won't I will for sure just take profit of perhaps 50% of my portfolio, 50% of my trade, and afterwards I will be holding on to the left, to the 50% I haven't sold yet, and I will be selling that one if we head higher than the $4 target, and I will be selling that for sure at the $6 target, because then we will be absolutely crushing the market. Sir, please, suggestion for Elf Coin, Quark Chain, and Dogecoin. Mohammed Rizwan, I would like to answer your questions on ELF. Before doing so, I would like to head towards CoinMarketCap to take a look at what ELF actually is. So, ELF. This coin is a coin on the 146th position on CoinMarketCap. What I think is very important is to take a look at the all-time data. You can clearly see that we have seen a major spike. Previously, we had towards the $2, and the all-time high is at approximately $2.40, and the current price is 67 cents. This coin actually started, if I'm correct, in 2017 and has been well, very silent ever since then, but I would for sure like to take a look at it. Previously, we have experienced right now a drop, and this is a coin that I will for sure take a look at on TradingView as well. So ELF compared to USD, Binance, and as well I would like to take a look at BTC. ELF BTC. For the people who are not subscribed yet, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. You will be for sure helping the cryptocurrency space in general, and you will be supporting the channel as well by doing so. So please do not forget to hit that subscribe button right away. Let's take a look at ELF compared to the BTC chart on the daily time frame. And what I think is important over here is that you can clearly see that we are actually super overextended compared to the 200-day moving average. You can clearly see that the 200-day moving average is still far way underneath us. And for altcoins on the 140th position, this is still a 40% drop. So ELF, I'm right now looking at this trend, and I must admit that I'm not right away, let's say, very bullish on this. We are finding support on top of the EMA ribbon. That is for sure something I must admit looks very good. But let's take a look as well at the strength compared to Bitcoin. What is going on? Okay. So right now, I would like to actually place a Fibonacci retracement from swing low towards swing high. And you can clearly see that we are right now trading on top of the 0.618 Fibonacci level. Perhaps we are going to be able to hold strong if Bitcoin does still perform very well during the upcoming days and weeks. But if Bitcoin is going to see a minor drop or decline in its price action, I think it is very likely that we are going to see a further decline. And we, as you can clearly see on this chart, you can see that the next level is going to be all the way towards the 0.786, and that would mean that we are going to experience this 40% drop approximately towards the downside, or well, at least 33% right now. This is something that does concern me. So if you are right now actually willing to buy ETH, or if you would like to purchase this cryptocurrency in general, I think yes, it has potential. We have seen a major movement towards the upside in the past. We have seen this major parabolic increase in the when it began, but afterwards you can clearly see we saw this major steep decline, and we are right now at this point in time. I think yes, for sure you can experience a good profitable let's say purchase over here, but I must admit that it's holding strong on this level. But if it doesn't hold strong, we might perhaps see a 33% decrease, and therefore I think you have to be very careful right now. So yes, this is a good buying opportunity at this moment compared to Bitcoin, but if it doesn't hold strong on top of this level at 0.618, the 33% decrease is very likely to occur, and therefore I think that would be a better buying opportunity at approximately, let's say, a 0.786 Fibonacci. This being said, I would like to head towards the ETH compared to US dollar chart. At this point in time, I would like to enable as well this Fibonacci retracement from swing low towards swing high. Sorry for that inconvenience. And you can see that we are holding strong on top of the 0.618 Fibonacci at this point in time as well. If we enable the the EMA ribbon, we are holding strong on top of it. That is for sure of utmost importance. But as I said previously, if we break out below the 0.618 at approximately $0.59, we could perhaps head towards $0.38, and that would be for sure a better buying opportunity. I would like to close my personal opinion on ETH token by looking at the 4-hourly time frame. You can clearly see that we are right now being able to break out above the EMA ribbon, finding support on top of it. This is something actually that looks very good to me right now. But what I would like to discuss is that we are going to experience major returns during the upcoming months on crypto in general, and therefore if you do actually like this project, if you did your due diligence right, and if you think this project has a lot of potential, you must for sure buy a little bit of this token, due to the fact that it could perhaps give you major returns during the upcoming months. So for me right now, it's looking very well. If we take a look at the 200-day moving average, you can clearly see that it's still far above us. So if you would like to be, let's say, very careful, and if you would like to actually purchase ETH at a point in time when it won't be able to go even further towards the downside, I would personally wait to buy ETH above the 200-day moving average, and as well above the 0.5 Fibonacci at $0.74, due to the fact that if we head towards this area, yes, you will be purchasing this token a little bit more expensive, but as well you will be for sure seeing returns afterward and not seeing a decline in its price action. So hopefully, Mohammed Rizwan, I answered your question correctly. And as well, SR19, thank you very much for your support during this live stream. I would like to ask to everyone, what cryptocurrency would you like to take a look at right now? Otherwise, I would like to discuss Bitcoin just for a while. So if we take a look at Bitcoin, what I must admit right now, it's looking very good. On the daily time frame, I actually do think that Bitcoin will be crushing it during this next upcoming 3 months. I'm very confident it will do so, but to take a look at where we are standing at, I would like to enable the bull market support band. So the bull market support band is something I discussed previously during my videos. I personally said that if we were able to break out above the bull market support band, that we were going to see a major increase. That is exactly what occurred. We experienced a crossover, and we are right now seeing an increase once more. But right now you can clearly see that previously the bull market support band will be supporting us once more, but once we see a crossover occur once again on the bull market support band, I will for sure guarantee you that we are going to experience major momentum towards the upside. Yes, we will, and that will be for sure a thing you do not want to miss out on. You can clearly see that this happened as well in the past, and after a crossover on the bull market support band, we saw this exponential increase. This is what happened right now, and what I personally think is that we are going to experience way further increase on Bitcoin. This being said, I would like to take a look at a few things that are for me of utmost importance, and that is actually as well the 200-day moving average. Right now on the 200-day moving average, you can clearly see that we are, well, trading above it, and something I saw on an article on Cointelegraph is actually very important to me, and that is as well to take a look at the 111-day moving average, where we are right now. Oh, far underneath. This for sure is something that does give me a good, well, let's say this actually confirms that we are in an uptrend. And what I think is very important to know is that if we are going to see a decline on Bitcoin, we could perhaps find support on top of this moving average at 111 days. But for me personally, I am a fan of the 200-day moving average. I think this moving average is of utmost importance for the overall trend, and you can clearly see that we are far above the 200-day moving average. So perhaps we are going to experience a decline heading towards the 200-day moving average, perhaps finding support on top of it. But right now, with the current market structure, I think this is very unlikely to occur. So let's discuss Bitcoin on the 1 hourly time frame. If we take a look at Bitcoin on the 1 hourly time frame, you could clearly see that we were forming a very beautiful pattern, but we did experience a fake breakout towards the upside. So this was the pattern that we were looking at. So we were experiencing this pattern, the symmetrical triangle, if you ask me. Yeah, some people called it as well a wedge, but I personally think this is just a symmetrical triangle. We saw clearly we experienced a breakout towards the upside at this point in time, but right now we are clearly seeing a breakdown occur underneath this ascending level of support. Therefore, I think it is very likely that we are heading towards the downside. Right now, what is the general cryptocurrency space looking like? I personally think that it is very likely that we are going to see a further decline occur, perhaps heading even further towards the downside. And if we take a look at this pattern, and if we go towards the 4 hourly time frame, you can clearly see that this breakdown is actually a perfect retest of the 200-day moving average, and that confirms that we are right now perhaps seeing a retest on the 200-day moving average, and that after this touch point we are going to experience some major momentum towards the upside for sure. If we take a look at the EMA ribbon, the EMA ribbon is actually as well underneath us as a major level of support. We are going to see the very first retest of the EMA ribbon after we saw a crossover of the longs taking over the shorts. And that is something very important to me, because if we are able to find support on top of not just only the 200-day moving average, but as well the EMA ribbon, I personally think that the uptrend will continue. So for me right now on the Bitcoin chart, I will be entering my trade actually just a little bit higher than the 200-day moving average, because I think a breakdown of this with this much significance, 3% breakdown, is likely to occur. But I would like to guarantee myself that I'm inside of this trade, and therefore I would like to actually enter the trade at approximately, let's take a look, this point in time, $46,473. For all people watching the live stream right now, please let me know if you would like me to discuss a cryptocurrency of your own choice. Otherwise, I will be ending this live stream after I did this Bitcoin analysis for the upcoming days. So if we take a look at as well once more the 1 hourly time frame, it does look very good for me right now. What does actually concern me is that we are breaking out below the EMA ribbon on the Bitcoin 1 hourly time frame. Therefore, it is very likely that we are going to experience a minor period of downward momentum right now on Bitcoin, and as well on other type of cryptocurrencies in general. And I will be as well entering a trade right now on Bitcoin due to the fact that we are seeing this breakdown occur. Of course, I will be waiting for the confirmation by this 1 hourly candle closing underneath this ascending level of support. Perhaps we are not going to see a breakdown if the candle holds strong on top of it and heads towards the upward direction afterwards. Therefore, I would like to enable the MACD. The MACD is unfortunately increasing in downward momentum. We are experiencing even more downward momentum on the 2 hourly as well. On the 3 hourly, for sure, the downward momentum is holding very strong, and on the 4 hourly time frame, it looks like we are experiencing major downward momentum there as well. Therefore, I think it is very likely that we are going to see that decline heading towards that $46,473 level, where I will be accumulating more Bitcoin and entering a long trade position for the upcoming weeks. This being said, I would like to discuss as well the RSI on the 4 hourly time frame and the money flow index. Starting with the money flow index, you can clearly see that we are right now at approximately 50% on the money flow index. Therefore, it is very likely that we are going to see a further decline, and this will mean as well that we are not still yet done with this decline in the price action of Bitcoin, and that we still have enough space to actually decline even further in Bitcoin's price action as well. Let's take a look at the RSI. The RSI is looking actually quite good to me. If you ask me, we are not spotting any type of bullish divergences or bearish divergences. Well, at this point in time, we actually did spot this bearish divergence on the RSI. You could clearly see that we experienced a higher low on the chart and a lower high, a higher high on the chart and a lower high on the RSI. Therefore, this is a confirmed bearish divergence, and this could still have influence in Bitcoin's price action right now. So I can see that. Let's take a look. Ilya Epping, you say hope for a fake out. And Jack Crypto, you say morning Toro. Good morning. I'm very glad you're joining the live stream right now. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask those. And for Ilya Epping, I would like to actually discuss that a breakdown right now is actually healthier in my personal aspect instead of a breakout towards the upside. Why? I'm not bearish on this moment, but what I personally think is that it is healthier to see an uptrend actually decrease after we are actually at this point in time, we were very overextended. You could clearly see we were far above the 200-day moving average. We were as well far above the EMA ribbon, and therefore I think it is actually healthier if we would right now see a decrease, retesting these two levels of support, finding support on top of those and heading further towards the upside afterwards. Of course, this is my personal opinion, but I think it is actually very good because if we would have seen a breakout towards the upside, afterwards a breakdown would be even heavier. We would see a more significant breakdown, and I think right now we are not experiencing a major breakdown. Perhaps we are going to experience a 3 or 4% drop, but that would be it, due to the fact that we would get supported by these major levels of support underneath us. So that is something that I must admit, for me right now, looks very good. And I am actually wanting for Bitcoin to drop, due to the fact that you will be also having the opportunity to enter that long trade at a perfect entry on top of the 200-day moving average, or if you choose to place your entry a little bit higher, such as I do at $46,473, you will be assured that your entry will be filled and that you will be able to gain afterwards once we retest this level of support. So thank you very much for watching. If anyone has questions, please don't hesitate to ask them right now. Otherwise, I would like to do a shout out for all people who are not following me on Twitter yet. Please do not forget to follow me down below on Twitter, where I will be updating you about all cryptocurrency space in general. And as well, I'm a huge XRP fan, so don't forget that I will be updating you with XRP facts every day that I possibly can, due to the fact that I think XRP is a great performing cryptocurrency in general, but as well other cryptocurrencies. If you like, you can also contact me on my email. If you have any requests, don't hesitate to go down below to the video. You will find my email at that underneath social and info, and you can just send me an email and I will take a look at that cryptocurrency and see if I will make a video about that cryptocurrency in general. As well, don't forget to follow me at Thorough Crypto. It will be highly appreciated. So I can see not a lot of people want me to discuss a cryptocurrency of their own choice. Therefore, I would like to take a look at lastly Matic, Polygon Matic, and why I think Matic is actually looking absolutely incredibly good right now. So if we take a look at Matic, we have experienced a major movement towards the upside, and as well we are right now retesting the EMA ribbon. So you can clearly see that we were actually rejected by the 200-day moving average, and that is for sure very good to know. So I actually see a very concerning comment underneath, and that is actually that Jack Crypto says that Twitter is not working and that I have been deleted. So I will actually take a look at why you can't see my tweets. I thought everything was fine and I did not experience any type of struggles, but after this live stream I will take a look at why my Twitter isn't working for some of you. And as well, Ilya Epping, thank you very much for liking the video so far. So Matic, Polygon Matic looks very good to me, due to the fact that we are experiencing this movement towards the upside. As well, what I would like to discuss is this level of ascending support that I think is of utmost importance. Sorry, over here, heading this way. So yes, like that. You can clearly see these weren't actual touch points, so I will only count this as 2 touch points on this ascending support. But if we are able to hold strong actually on top of this ascending support, this will be the ascending support line for the current uptrend. Therefore, I would be very glad to see a spike afterwards and a retest of this ascending support, and I will leave this ascending support for future videos. As well, if we take a look at the 200-day moving average, of utmost importance is going to be during the upcoming hours to be able to break out above it, find support on top of it, and head further towards the upside. But before taking a look at this, let's take a look at the MACD. So the MACD is actually looking rather bad. It is very likely that we are right now going to experience downward momentum even more. Therefore, it is likely that we are not going to hold strong on top of this ascending support. We saw already, well, let's say 2 touch points. These are a few candles that were actually trading on top of it. We saw a wick of a candle actually retesting this area, but I think this is a ascending support line that does not have a lot of significance, so I rather remove it due to the fact that we're experiencing downward momentum, and it's not very likely that we are going to find support on top of it. Oh, thank you very much for actually... Okay, Ilya Epping, Twitter is working. The link under the video to this Twitter not. I will be fixing my Twitter link down below. I'm very sorry for the inconvenience. Thank you very much for giving me your advice right now. As well, on the MACD, you can see that Matic is very probable going to see more momentum towards the downside, as well on many others, and therefore I would like to take a look at what our possible next target is going to be and where we will be able to find support on top. So what does concern me actually on Matic is that you can clearly see that the 200-day moving average is not serving as a level of support underneath us. We are not going to see a retest occur, and therefore dankjewel Ilya Epping. It's a fellow Dutchie who is actually watching the video, so thank you very much for doing so. As well, what is the next level of support going to be? You can clearly see it. It's actually this level over here, the 0.382. You can see that we found previously support on top of it for a few times already, and as well in the past we experienced resistance underneath it and as well support on top of it. Therefore the 0.382 level is actually the level that you have to take right now into consideration at $1.22. And why I think this is very important is due to the fact that if we retest this level, we are not just going to find support on top of previous support, but as well we are still inside of the EMA ribbon, and the EMA ribbon will still serve as a major level of support and resistance. So I will be disabling the 200-day moving average, and I would like to enable the triple moving averages. And you can clearly see at this point in time that sorry for that, that the 150-day moving average are actually serving as support on top of this point in time at 0.382, and therefore I think it is very likely that this will hold very strong for Matic, and it will be a great point in time to purchase Polygon if you do not hold this cryptocurrency yet. I am a huge fan of Polygon Matic, and I will for sure accumulate even more Polygon at $1.22 for the upcoming weeks. If we are heading towards this direction, I think this will be a great entry overall. Guys, thank you very much for watching my live stream. I personally think it was amazing having you, and I will be uploading a video very shortly, perhaps just in a couple of hours. I will be uploading a video once again. It could perhaps be an XRP video, but I think I will be actually choosing another cryptocurrency today. But tomorrow I will be for sure uploading an XRP video for all of you. So if we take a look at the XRP compared to Bitcoin, at the Polygon compared to Bitcoin chart, you can see that we are seeing this ascending support. At this point in time, you can clearly spot this ascending support line, and perhaps we are going to see a retest occur once again, therefore confirming the overall uptrend by creating a higher low. So on the XRP compared to Bitcoin chart, it's actually looking rather good to me. And as well, if we take a look at these touch points over here, you can see that we are not anymore inside of a downtrend due to the fact that approximately the 29th of September we were able to break out above it, and we are now experiencing upward momentum on Polygon compared to Bitcoin. Therefore I think it is very likely that we are going to see a further increase. You have to take this ascending support into consideration due to the fact that if we break out underneath it, we might experience momentum further towards the downside on Polygon as well. ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching my video, and if you liked the live stream, do not forget to give me a thumbs up down below. It is highly appreciated, and I hope you will join me on my next video. So thank you very much and have a nice day. Bye bye.